Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and wished you were a little taller, a bit fairer, or had a higher nose? If your answer is yes, then you're not alone. Does appearance really determine everything? We all have moments when we feel dissatisfied with our appearance, which leads to a bad mood. This makes us constantly strive to change ourselves, to change our lives, even when we don't want to. Some of us even go to great lengths, spending a lot of money or even harming our health just to try to fit into society's standards and expectations. But if you keep chasing those standards set by society, what will your life become? Stop for a moment, read, and remember these 5 truths. They will help you realize how meaningless the pursuit of the so-called perfect body really is. At the same time, they will guide you toward the journey of self-acceptance and learning to truly love yourself. 1. The beauty standards we've long believed in aren't real. For many years, the global media has portrayed an ideal image for both men and women through advertisements, models, and celebrities, those who set fashion trends. Their sole purpose is to shape our perception of beauty according to the standards they create. But most of these standards are unrealistic. Why is that? Because the concept of a perfect body doesn't exist, and trying to judge someone based on it is a narrow-minded and impractical idea. The real lives of models are nothing like the pictures they've taken, and most ads are meticulously edited or photoshopped. The pressure to remain perfect at all times makes many of us feel inadequate and flawed. Just one body part being too big, too small, or simply different from the image on a poster can make us feel like we're not beautiful enough. However, those working in the beauty industry want you to believe you're not beautiful enough, because the more beauty products you buy, the richer they become. Their goal is to make you feel unhappy with your appearance so they can increase their profits, whether it's from weight loss solutions, clothes, or makeup. So instead of constantly chasing after the flawless models on magazine covers and advertisements, focus on the beauty that exists all around you. Remember, behind every advertisement, there's someone thinking, how can I get people to buy what I'm selling? The beauty industry has exploited our psychological insecurities, making us unattractive unattractive so that we consume more of their products. So wake up, don't give them that power. 2. You can accept the things you don't like. In many aspects of life, we give up our own joy because of a rising sense of guilt, telling us not to indulge in certain things. Suddenly, ordinary pleasures become things we feel we must avoid rather than enjoy. This looks different for everyone, but here's a relatable example. Someone who is overweight might refuse to wear a swimsuit at the beach or won't buy new clothes until they've lost a few pounds. Thinking more openly and accepting the fact that there are parts of our body we don't like is the first step toward having a more positive attitude about our appearance. The key is to accept based on understanding, acknowledging that dissatisfaction exists but not allowing it to stop you from doing what you want to do. Some of us may start to scrutinize ourselves and think, it's easy to say, but for someone like me, it's just too hard. But have you ever really tried? Just like you accept your friends or partners even though they have flaws, because no one is perfect, you also have to accept that there will be parts of your body you may want to change, but you can still live peacefully with them. So, learn to love yourself and your appearance, even if there are parts you wish you could change. Remember, everyone's body is different, and others also have features they're not fond of. But we only get one body to live in for a lifetime. Don't let dissatisfaction with it control your life or steal your happiness. 3. We all have moments when we feel unattractive. All of us go through vulnerable moments, times when we view everything through a negative lens, when our thoughts are filled with criticism and lack compassion or kindness. These are the moments when we feel ugly and unappealing. On days when you look in the mirror and can't find a single attractive or pleasant thing about your appearance, remind yourself that you're looking at someone who is loved by their parents, partner, friends, and children, if you have them. Also, remember that every small wrinkle reflects the wisdom you've gained over the years, and every scar is evidence of your incredible strength. When you feel uncomfortable in your own skin, pause for a few seconds and ask yourself, is the way I see myself affecting how I feel? Did I get enough sleep yesterday? Have I been eating well and staying active? These questions matter because they help you realize that how you look often reflects your energy and health, not your attractiveness. 4. The reflection in the mirror doesn't define who you are. When you look into a mirror, you only see your physical appearance. But what truly defines you lies far beyond that. You have thoughts, beliefs, hopes, dreams, and emotions, things that are far more powerful than your looks. These inner qualities can even influence how strangers perceive you. Your appearance may create a first impression, but in reality, people judge you by your character, sometimes even after just a 5-minute conversation. Sometimes we meet someone with a charming personality and automatically perceive them as attractive, even if they don't have traditionally perfect features. In such moments, what we're drawn to is not outer beauty, but inner beauty, the kind that no Photoshop or cosmetic surgery can replicate. Think of the people you know who are always positive and radiate joy. These individuals can win over anyone from the very first encounter, regardless of what they look like. 5. What you think and believe becomes your reality. If you feel beautiful, you will be beautiful, and that's not meaningless at all. Beauty isn't just about appearance, but also about confidence. People who exude confidence are often more attractive than those who try to hide it. And that confidence is built through the story you tell about yourself. So think about your story. Are you the author, or has it been shaped by your parents, friends, or the media? Since birth, you've absorbed both positive and negative messages about the world and yourself. Over time, these messages formed your belief system, and you began to act as if those beliefs were facts. In this way, what you believe becomes your reality and shapes who you are. Every time you start a sentence about yourself with, "I am," pause and ask, "Am I the one who wrote this story?" If you often diminish yourself or have low self-esteem, it's possible that someone else wrote your story, not you. Don't let others control your narrative. Take back control and rewrite your story in a way that empowers you. Conclusion. The next time you find yourself criticizing your appearance in a negative way, stop immediately, take a deep breath, and ask yourself the right questions to break out of that mindset. You don't always have to be optimistic or cheerful, but you do need to learn how to accept yourself with full energy and presence. Be proud of your talents, abilities, intelligence, and warm heart. Whenever your inner perfectionist starts to tear apart your appearance, do whatever you can to remind yourself. Your appearance does not define who you truly are.